Welcome, everybody tuning in. You dig? This is Guys in Conversation. I am Thomas.
I am Tony.
Tony, what you gonna tell him, man?
Gonna tell them everything, man. How often we doing this thing?
Shit, we're gonna do this every Saturday, 10
10
o'clock
o'clock Eastern
Eastern time.
time.
Yes, sir. Every Saturday, Guys in
Every Saturday.
Conversation. Chime in. We want to know what y'all think. Like
Our
I
opinions
said,
is our
we
opinion.
said, come in, have fun with us.
Every Saturday. 10
Yes,
o'clock.
sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of
Gods in Conversation.
Conversation, baby.
Yes,
Let's go.
sir.
I am Tony.
Yes, sir, and I am Thomas.
And I am the man in the light, aka your boy Toní The Tantrum. I'm in the building. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. We are all back in here again, you guys, for another great installment of Gods in Conversation. This is episode 2, y'all. Episode two. Like we said in the last episode, on the road to 1,000. You did what I'm saying. So, what we gonna talk about today, gentlemen?
So my boy Toní The Tantrum hit me the other day, and he said, "Hey."
What he say?
He said that episode that we shot the other day, man. I feel like more people need to understand why you calling yourself God. You know?
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I mean, we kind of got into it, you know.
I don't want no
back
one
and
to
forth.
hurt you or anything like that. I don't want no one to crucify you in real life and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we ain't worried about that. We guys, baby.
Not at all.
We guys.
Brother, I love you, my brother. I'm trying to keep my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
So I
sir.
feel like you had more. I feel like you had more questions, you know,
Okay.
or like.
What-
I mean, kind of tell me what you was feeling, you know, after that first episode.
Yeah, let's get into it.
yo, so after that first episode, I don't know people thinking that you got the Kanye bug going on right now or something like that. You just woke up, you thought you was God, you done about to remix the Bible with you instead of Jesus. I don't know. Like, we need some clarification today, man. People, you know what I mean? Like, we done had multiple conversations about this, and I kind of understand, but I know that the listeners and the viewers is going to be ready to slap your head off or come at you some way, shape, or form because you out here portraying that you God. So, you know what I mean? Instead of that happening, we could
Hold on. He said, hold on. Time out, baby. Flag on the play.
Hold on. I'm not saying that I'm God. I never said that I was God. I said everybody is God. So that takes, I'm not saying, hey, praise me. I am the Savior. I am God, you know? I'm saying that we're all God and we're connected to the Most High, who is the Creator, you know? It's like,
baby.
there you go. So it's like I like to use the sun and the sun ray as an analogy. Is a sun ray the sun? You still acknowledge the sun ray as the sun, right? Even though the sun is all the way up here in a separate space, you still acknowledge this ray, this energy as the sun. You know, and it's a sun ray, and it's the same thing with us. Even though God is I say consciousness, and I don't know if everybody understands what consciousness is when I say consciousness, but I call it consciousness. And even though God is consciousness and we're consciousness, we were created from that consciousness, you know. So he kind of put us here on earth. It's like the sun ray, you know, and without the sun ray wouldn't exist, right? Okay, so without God, we wouldn't exist. So, you know, the sun ray is still the sun, just like we are still God, if that makes sense. That makes sense?
Okay.
That makes sense. I mean, I don't know if I was 100% clear, you know, but if you got questions, talk to me.
Shoot.
I mean, I just needed to clarify. I mean, just so people could be open to everything that we talking about amongst the circle we got going on here. So, like, I mean, like, the viewers and listeners, y'all are gods too, pretty much. We all gods, and we all in unison having high level conversations.
Yeah,
I'm getting it.
And like we said before, and we always go and reiterate, you know, the conversations that we have amongst each other is really for us. You know, we hope that it, you know, brings some, you know, clarity, some, head scratching for other people outside of this, outside of us. But, everyone's going to walk away with a different type of interpretation, and perspective on what we speak on. And, everything we say isn't to like be challenged or to be questioned for real, because, when it comes to this topic, it is our belief, so, right. But at the end of the day, we always love to, to make sure that our statements and our beliefs are clear. That way, there isn't any confusion or misinterpretation of our words. But
stop doing it for the audience, man.
Yeah.
We do it. We talking, man. We talk.
Of course. But since we do have people watching us, we do have to be a little conscious. You did.
We ain't paying them no attention right now, man. We talking.
Yeah. But it's all love, y'all. It's all love.
Yes, sir. Yo, so I mean, I kind of gave why I believe, that I'm God. Kind of explain why you believe that you're God or that we're all God.
Who are you speaking to?
Thomas.
So you said explain, why I believe that.
Like, where the belief comes from, or explain, like, because it's kind of hard for.
Yeah. Well, I would say that, my belief comes from, my experience from just throughout life, good and bad, the experience of family, the experience of true love, the experience of creation from my own mind that, actually took place in this world and continues to do so. My experience with just learning. I think
How could you help other people to understand where you're coming from? Because only you can have your experience,
Indeed.
So how could you help other people understand where you're coming from?
How could I help them? I believe, just having this conversation is helping them, just being honest, what I would say, if anyone, wanted to come to the conclusion or get a better understanding of what we're saying and the things that we are, stating that we are, and that being God's, I would definitely say, you have to do some soul searching. You have to figure out who you are. You have to, get into this world and create something from your mind, something that's tangible. Create something, and you'll get to see and you'll get to feel more of your power. And along with knowledge, then your mind opens up to other possibilities. You're not constrained to the idea that you can only be this or you can only be that. I believe that once you deprogram yourself, from what the world tells you, then I definitely believe that the options are unlimited to what you could believe in, and it doesn't have to be anything similar to what I believe. It could be anything. It could be a vast number of things, but I believe that learning and creating, will definitely lead you to a path of recognizing your own strength, your own power, and the God in you.
All right, not to cut you off. I was about to cut you off, but I wanted to let you talk.
Don't cut me off, man. I'm long with it. Come on, I gotta get my point across.
So what I like to do is I like to ask people, like, who are you? And when I ask people that, like, I don't necessarily mean like, let's give an example, Tom. Who are you?
I believe I'm a man of God. Believe like I'm God. I just believe that God is within me, like you guys are saying. Maybe I just acknowledge it in a different way from you guys. It really goes hand in hand. I believe I'm a man of God.
Who are you? Not your beliefs. Who are you? Like, to your core, who are you?
Warrior, survivor, fighter.
Those are things you did, but who are you?
I mean, you still do take on some of your characteristics, the things that you go through in life, they do become, a part of who you are. But I get what he's asking. You know,
that's
he's trying to dive deeper. You know,
right.
not the
Diving
surface,
deeper
not the surface things.
because it's not, you're not your ego, and that's what it is ego. Ego decides or make you feel who you are, or you have this belief of who you really are. But before you really were who you are right now, you were put on this earth without, without being that. So really, who are you is what I'm saying.
You're
You
saying
know,
before all the experiences, before all the,
right before the
all the
right.
programming and everything. Who do you believe you are?
I'm the one who didn't ask to be here, and I'm here.
That's all you can be. All you can be is me, because nobody can really describe who they are. But me is I, and I is God. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I like to like, if you closed your eyes and you pictured yourself, just pictured yourself. Take have a mental image of yourself. Close your eyes and have a mental image of yourself. Then you can close your eyes and you can have a mental image of yourself without eyes, right? You can kind of picture yourself without eyes. You can kind of picture yourself, without a head. You can kind of picture yourself without a leg or two legs. You could kind of picture yourself without a body. But at that point, like, who are you? You get what I'm saying? Because at that point, you're detached from your skin. You're detached from anything that was physical, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. No, it makes 100%, sense. Beyond the surface stuff. That's what you're asking.
You're right.
So,
Beyond the surface,
sense.
right? Spiritual type shit. Yeah.
I'm at the beginning of my journey, way too at the beginning to even acknowledge and answer that.
Well, I'm a God. You did what I'm
saying. Exactly.
I'm a God. I'm
We're
love.
all gods. That's all it is.
What I'm saying? I'm everything good in this world.
Well, by saying we're God, we are basically saying that we're one with the Creator. We're one with the person that created us, or at least that's what I'm saying. I can't speak for future, but you know what I'm saying. I'm saying that I am one with the power that created me, because we are one. And I'm not necessarily saying I'm God, praise me. I'm saying that we're all God. We are all one with the power that created us. We just have to recognize that. We're spirits first and human beings second.
Indeed.
We were spirits put here on earth. So this vessel that we're possessing, we're just going through the experience of life. You know what I'm saying? And we're not necessarily in control of our life. We're just the spectator of our life. You still have, I can't get this. We have to go deep into that. That'd be, but nah, you're just a spectator of your life.
And I'm definitely controlling my shit.
That you don't have all the control and God has the control, that's where everything changes. That's what I believe.
Yeah, and I feel it. I understand that. I believe I feel like I have 100% control of my life. I take full responsibility, for where I am.
Your life, right.
Yeah.
Your life. Yes, we have control.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly where I am, where I'm going, and and that responsibility is something that I love. I love that responsibility. You did what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna take that responsibility, and I'm gonna continue to create. You feel me? That future for me, and I'm going to continue to create that heaven. You did. I'm gonna keep building that heaven. You did what I'm saying? So. Nah, I definitely believe I got full control in what happens in my life, and I take full responsibility, and I don't blame nobody for nothing. You did what I'm saying?
Exactly. Can't blame nobody for nothing.
Not at all. No. Not at all.
I'm not. I don't believe that I could convince anybody to have my opinion or my belief as to why I believe that we're all gods. But my belief was based off of my experience and not because of what I was told or anything that I was. It was just experience,
Yeah.
And because of experience, that is a belief. It's not something that could change. I saw this, So
you want to share with us or for another episode?
No, we ain't gonna. That's another
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Not
Another
right now.
episode, y'all don't get all that. Y'all don't get all that. Stay tuned,
Series
though.
on that.
Stay tuned.
I have a whole series on that.
But with that said, I mean, I'm sure there's still more questions, because it's kind of hard to explain to somebody that hasn't experienced something what you experience, especially in that realm of spirituality. Did I say that word right?
Hey, however you want to
No.
say it, it's right if you say it's right.
Right. Say it right.
Straight up.
Hey, but yeah. So I mean, with that said, like I said, I'm pretty sure you got more questions, but you
Or
can shoot
thoughts. You
away.
dig?
You can shoot away.
Let's talk. Let's talk it out. You feel me? We still got about like 20 minutes on it. And then we're gonna hit y'all with something. You did. We're gonna nice smooth transition into something else. You did what I'm saying? But let's talk about it.
Speaking of God, I know y'all heard the news about Vladimir Putin putting out some type of ancient artifact looking thing.
Yeah, we talked about it
last.
last.
Jesus.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, I brought it up. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. It was a picture. It was inside of like a little golden I don't know, little golden box. And he opened it up and it was a black Jesus.
How do we know it was Jesus when nobody has an image of Jesus?
Based on what has been depicted of the person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have a comment.
He said no.
I was just happy that like a white man acknowledged it to the world.
Yeah, but they already know they have statues. They have black statues everywhere throughout the whole world, even in Russia, that still are standing to this day. They have black statues, godly statues in China, everywhere that are still standing to this day. That date back a long time ago. So they all know, but it's the whole thing about manipulating the brain and propaganda.
So, question: you said that you were just happy that a white man acknowledged it to the world. Do you not believe that there were great black people before? They just weren't, as publicized as everybody else or as the whites?
I just kind of believe that is that I always knew Jesus was black. You know what I mean? Like reading this fundamental, the way he's described is someone as a black man. The thing with me was like, why was it hidden who it was? Like, why was there like information about like the picture of the white man with the long hair is not Jesus? That's someone else. Like why was it hidden? That's why I'm kind of happy it was a white man that did it. The question is like why? Why did the fact that Jesus was black have to be hidden so long?
Let's go here. So why does the color of Jesus matter? I have to know this.
I have to know this too, because if this is the original picture of Jesus that the president put out, why was the color of his complexion changed years ago? That's the real question.
Everybody likes to feel. Everybody likes to be around the same. Everybody likes, you like black people, right? White people like white people. Mexican people like Mexican people. It's just, why does the color of, there's like Thomas always says, there's no perfect messenger. There's only a perfect message. Why does the color of the messenger matter when the message is what is really needed to be, what's needed to be received?
That's a good question. I mean, I only have that same question as you because of the discrepancy for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I think it ties back into what we're going to transition into. I think it'd be a good time to transition, or we can stay on topic. But I feel like the reason why and I'll connect it to the godly, conversation that we're having. The reason why his skin color, was depicted a certain way and kept secret is to keep, like the agenda has always been, to keep us from knowing the history. If you know your history, if you know where you're come from, you have the responsibility to uphold that and to be be a representation of that person or that symbol or that you have to uphold that. So if our people don't know that the original person that they called Jesus was a black person, then we don't have that connection to that godly person. It then takes us longer
I have to ask
to
though.
figure that connection out and to realize that godliness inside of us.
Okay, you said it takes you longer, and okay, so it doesn't. It's not. You're not saying that. Hey, the color of his skin matters because basically you're saying, hey, it matters because if he was black, we'll connect to him faster, or we'll have a better connection or a more. I don't.
You'll
You
you'll
gotta.
you'll have a better understanding of who you are because you'll understand where you came from. If you don't understand where you came from, then it's up to you to it's up to you to figure it out. And if history is being withheld from you, is being changed to not represent you in the best of light, if it's missing pieces, you feel me? If it's being edited, you
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, then you have a disconnection. You feel me? It's like having a plug, but you can't plug it in to the wall because it's a different input. If and it's the same way. We can't connect to that godly energy within us, because the connection has been cut at so many different times and in so many different ways.
But is again back to when I was explaining God to 800, where I said if you close your eyes and you could picture yourself without all these parts and all these things, you still exist. You're just without all these other things, right? If you picture yourself without your body, aren't you without color?
Yeah, but you're saying that to people. You're saying this with a conscious brain right now.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
And
a lot of people don't have the consciousness to even to get into that mindset. So it takes, like I said, it takes them longer to get that connection. It's like you can continue to try to put that socket in there. It's not gonna
that's fair.
work. You feel me? You
That's
you might
fair.
have to go get an
I just
extension
can't see
and then
it.
put it in there.
I just can't see the skin color being a big issue or a big part of, like, even without the Bible, God would still exist. Even without the Bible, we would still feel some type of connection to some type of higher energy.
But but
Even without the Bible.
but that's kind of like speculating because we're talking about items that are in existence, things that you've read, things that I've read, things that you've heard. It's kind of hard to say you would with all of these things that have been put in place for you to have this this consciousness and this
That's fair.
awakening.
That's fair. But I didn't get deep into none of this godliness stuff. Not until and is uh-oh. You
Yeah,
still there?
hold on. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm saying is my experiences put me into this place, not the
Mhm.
Bible. And for the longest, I would never go to church. I would never, like, I was against everything because I was being forced to. So when somebody's forcing you or forcing me to do anything, and then I just don't comply at all.
Yeah, no, for sure.
but but I was completely against all of it until my experiences, and my experiences led me to believe that, oh no, we are God, and God is real, and all this shit is, all this, none of this is fucking important at all here on earth. You know, you're just here to build. You know, you're here to build your family, your everything. Just build. You know,
Nah, straight
and
up.
because you're gonna leave at some point, and then when you leave at some point, and then that's where things become real. Because now you're out of this vessel and you're back into the form that you initially started in. That makes sense. Like, so it's hard for me to get. I don't know where I went on a tangent, but it's hard for me to believe that skin color skin color is real, especially the skin color of Jesus. When Jesus is just, I believe it's just a story in the Bible. Like, nobody has factual proof that Jesus exists. At least I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Jesus's bones. Like, anybody dug up Jesus' bones. Like, I don't know that this person exists, but I do understand that the story exists, and I understand the point of the story. So I don't care for the skin color at all. You know,
but you're
and
you're saying that with a conscious mind. You know,
yeah,
a lot of people that do attend, attend church and do read the Bible. A lot of people take this shit serious. They take the word serious, even if they might not, do it in their own life, in real life. They still have that programming in their head where
the word is serious, right?
Yeah, so no, not just the word, the story. That's all it is.
Serious,
Yeah.
right?
So with that story alone, stories can do a lot. Stories can, create, and stories can destroy. So
but what I'm saying is, in the Bible, they gave a very vague description of a person, right? They gave a very.
It's really not vague. I do believe, even in the Catholic Bible,
what I'm saying is, if
Muslims,
the skin color was important, they would have said, "Hey, Jesus."
But they did.
He was a black guy with
They did.
this color hair, and then they talk about
the
the
Jesus,
color.
Bro. They did the Michael Jackson of Jesus, bro.
All I'm saying is, it don't matter. It does not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to a consciousness that has elevated. We're rare.
But
we're rare
what I'm
people.
saying is, though, when I say it don't matter, I'm not saying hey, it shouldn't matter to no. Maybe that is what I'm saying. Maybe I am saying it shouldn't matter to most people, but I understand that it does matter. But it shouldn't matter because it's not what's important in the Bible, and that's where you get the story of Jesus from the Bible. It's not what's important in the Bible. What's important in the Bible is the message, again, and the message is more important than the messenger.
And then again, though, like I'm saying, see, we're speaking from minds, and subconsciousness that has elevated to another level where, even if we do see color, we're focused on just, loving, on building, on creating. So a lot of people aren't at this level yet. There's levels to it. They have to get there. So, some people take a shorter way because, they get access to information early. Some people take a longer route. But the thing is, we're rare. So in most cases, people, believe these stories. People, so when you tell a story,
they are true. I believe them too.
Exactly. So when you tell a story a certain way, it changes the narrative for a lot of different people and a lot of different perspectives. Now, when it comes to our perspective, and I'm saying as our people, we have been depicted as, less as. So with him revealing this, and it's information that a lot of people already know, but for those who didn't know and saw him do that, it changes their mindset and like, oh wow, I didn't know that. It changes their whole perspective as far as, white being superior, whites only having that connection to this person named Jesus, a godly figure. And then, for the people that are of our color, it changes their mindset too, to be like, wow, that connection starts to get made. You feel me? It's they don't got the plug in there all the way, but they got some juice coming out of that motherfucker. Okay, you feel me?
I was about to ask you. I was like, so So if somebody right now realized that, hey, Jesus was black, what would that do for their life? But you just answered me. You said it may not do nothing right now, but they
Yeah,
got some. Yeah, so I
it
got
it,
you.
it,
I got
it, it may not do nothing at all, but that's what I'm saying. When it comes to information, that's why you have to give people raw information. It can be edited, and you have to just allow them to be humans, allow them to take in that information, to make their own decisions on the information, and to get to that point, on their own time. We can't rush people's development, and we can't rush people's elevation. Like I said, continue to say, we are rare cases. There's not a lot of people having these conversations, and there's not a lot of young men that are elevated at this point in their life. So like, we're rare. So when we have these conversations, we do have to be mindful, of the effect that these stories have on the mass, especially directly related to our people.
Okay. Any more questions, man? We're gonna get off this skin color to Jesus. I can't do the skin color of Jesus. I just can't see myself seeing the importance of it. But
Nah,
I
straight up.
mean,
Then because
Nah,
you
straight
because
up.
you at the finish line. Just you gotta understand that there's
I
a
don't
lot of
think
young
that
black men.
there's a finish line. I don't think that there's a finish line. I think that you continue to grow. And
But you're at a point of understanding. There's a lot of people who do not understand your mindset. You know what I'm saying? And that is gonna give you lack of acknowledgement of people who don't have your mindset, which is a lot of people who are of the world. Like, your way of thinking is not of the world; it's of the
world,
spirit.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But most people's thinking is of the world. It's hard for a black man to think they're a man of God when they go to general education and you learn that your ancestors ain't shit but slaves, and then you just grow up wanting to be a rapper or athlete, which is the court jester, instead of you understanding who you really are. And that's God. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone has their own journey and experiences, like we stated earlier, to get them to understand. You understand? So this is a very rare circle of men having this conversation. I mean, we have to all understand that as we're expressing our opinions, because I mean, this could wake people up. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed,
So it's like,
and that's why it's good that you do ask them questions. That way, it's good to have our brother in here, because he asks those questions, even if he's just putting on the act and he's saying, "I'm just in the beginning, I don't know," even
world. I'm doing the electric slide into the spiritual realm, but I'm on my first step. Feel me? Like,
exactly, and it allows us to have that perspective, of a person who has questions, of a person who isn't there all the way, even if they believe it, because I believe,
I'm with it.
like
I
I
like the
always
questions.
I
I
always
can
give
explain
Tone,
all day.
yeah, like I always give Tone his praises. I'm not sure as often as when he's in the lobby with us, but bro, you got it, bro. You got it on so many different levels. I feel like you're still learning. You feel me? As we all are about certain things, but you got it, bro. But it's amazing to have him in here to have this conversation with us in any conversation. So I
It's
just want to always
amazing to
give.
watch growth. It's
Indeed,
amazing to
indeed.
watch growth
In
for
any
real.
in any man, for real, in any man, in any God. Let me put that on it. You did what I'm
That's a
saying? In
fact.
any
Yes,
God,
sir.
because
Yep.
we all growing. And like Tony said, it's not a finish line. I feel like the finish line is when we do transition, and
Mhm.
and and, and we're and we're able to, do exactly what we said we were going to do when we transition. I feel like that's the finish
Sir.
line. And then again, that's not even the finish line, because it's
It's
unlimited. So
infinite, right?
yeah. So, but I understand what Toní The Tantrum was saying. And man, blessing to have this conversation. You did what I'm saying, guys. In conversation, you did. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Everybody act like they
Where we
talking
going
like.
with this, y'all? Where we going with this?
Let's talk about strongman, man. I know we were gonna, do a transition into. I'm not sure if you guys still want to, transition into that, or you guys want to, talk about.
hang off of what we were just talking about, and then bring up a point of it going hand in hand with strong men. Like, boom, I got it. I already know what
Y'all
I'm
almost
saying.
pushed me into racism for real.
I already know.
Did. I was trying.
I already know.
Oh, man.
we about to mix both. We're about to
Nah.
both and then bring it to consciousness about strong men in general.
Yeah. So I take it away, you guys. So as far as we talking about that godly energy being in us, the disconnection. We've talking about our beliefs and faith, and I feel like with that being said, I feel like that has just that disconnection in itself of us realizing, and I say us, I mean our people, realizing, who we are. I feel like that has been one of the, major, factors in why there aren't so many strong men today. What do you guys think? And we can play off that in so many different ways, but.
Well, let's define strong man.
Indeed, let's do that. Let's
have a clear definition as far as to what strong man is, so we can all agree as to what. Yeah. So, what is strong man? You want to go by a Google dictionary?
Man, we got guys in conversation. Why would we go to Google?
Let's go. So, what did you find as a strong man?
Myself, I would definitely say a strong man is a person who has morals, and his loyalty lies with the ones he loves, and he does everything in his power to make sure he upholds them. He makes sure that he holds them responsible, and he holds himself responsible first. But I would definitely say those would be some of the characteristics of a strong man.
Now, I had this conversation a lot as far as strong men and strong women, but
any protection. Go ahead.
A lot of people like to say, well, when you say strong men, strong is strong could be spiritually strong.
Broad,
it could be So when we refer to strong men, are we referring to strong in all spectrums? Or okay, and that's how I refer to it strong too, because I don't feel like you could be strong but weak in the area. Like I don't know if that's a possibility.
I mean, there's always
men being strong is like is a mental thing. Like the difference between a man and a woman is the mentality. You know what I'm saying? So me, it's
women would say it's physical too, and then they would say it's emotional too.
Physical, but physical, like if I had to go in some type of order, physical would be somewhere like it wouldn't be number one. You know what I mean? It would just start with the mental. You know what I'm saying? Like I know some physical, strong ass men who I look at like bitches, like in real life. So
sharp.
Don't do them like that, man. My take on that is I find it hard to be mentally strong if you're not physically strong. I feel like you physically being strong builds your mind, if that makes sense. Like you physically being strong takes you being determined. It takes you being repetitive, or it takes you being. You get what I'm saying? Like y'all know me, I wake up and do a shit ton of push-ups every day and burpees and shit, and that's how I start my mornings. Like I feel like in order to be strong, you have to do those. You have to do those type of things. It may not be, that extreme. I feel like I'd be on the extreme side sometimes.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have to do.
But you gotta understand
that you are going to do, and that's part of being strong. Being a man, part of being a strong man is doing the things that you say you're going to do, and doing them regardless. It's because you're trying to build something. You're not going to
standing on your word.
Exactly.
That can't be automatic. That can't be automatic. I know some buff ass niggas who got a weak mindset, can't stay determined, mind always wandering, never focused, no goals. You know what I'm saying? Like
that too. I believe it's a balance. It's a definite balance.
It gotta be more of a balance.
Yeah, because like I said, like we said before, we're guys that's still learning. we're always developing. You're always going to be growing. So I feel like there's always going to be a little bit of, I'm stronger in this area. I'm not so strong in this area, but I'm working on it.
But working on it and acknowledging that you need improvement is being strong.
Indeed,
in that area.
indeed. Yes, sir.
So,
That's
Yes,
where the
sir.
mental toughness comes in. That's exactly where the mental toughness comes in.
but back to, I don't believe it's possible to be physically fit and not strong, or physically strong and not mentally strong. That makes sense, because your mental is what builds your physical. Like if I didn't have the mental that I have, I wouldn't wake up and do just the most just to do the most. You get what I'm saying? I would be like, no, I don't need to do that.
Get old. Listen, man, motherfuckers get old and motherfuckers gain weight. So
that has nothing to do with mental.
Pure example.
That's mental.
I got a pure example. I have an uncle, strong as shit. Has been strong ever since he was young. Strong, bodybuilder, strong. Mentally right now, weak. Still strong.
Wait.
Even while he's sick right now.
You say sick.
Mm-hmm.
Sick or mentally weak?
No, I'm not saying they're connected as far as being sick and mentally weak. I'm just saying mentally he is weak.
It takes a lot of mental to get that strength.
Yeah, but mentally as a man,
okay,
he's weak.
I get what you said.
He's still strong. Still strong as an ox.
So let's
while he's sick. While he's sick right now, he's still strong as shit. But
wait, what are you saying sick though? What does sick mean?
I mean, just like, shit the body goes through, sickness like that. I ain't gonna say his specific sickness, illness that he's going through. You feel me? But
what I'm asking is his sickness affecting or making him weak mentally?
It could possibly be doing that as well. But before, and I'm not sure, how long it was affecting the body. I'm not gonna say that. But, I've had conversations with him, and mentally, I've seen that he's still strong, but mentally, he's weak. And I don't think an illness can deter you from giving good advice as a man to a man who's asking for advice, and you not be able to give it and shut down. No.
You don't think drugs do that though?
I mean, drugs can do that.
Yes.
You can be strong. You can have steroids or anything else.
I mean,
be mentally
like hard drugs.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just said the soft. I just said the softer of a drug. But yes, of course, if you go to the drastic, of course, you can be strong as an ox and, you feel me, make terrible decisions. That's mentally weak. That's a pure example of it. You feel me?
That's fair.
Yes.
Okay, so what are we agreeing on as our definition of a strong man?
We're definitely saying, I do believe that that you have to be a man of your word. Mm-hmm. A strong man is a man of his word. Yeah. Whether it's to himself or to the people he loves or to anybody.
It's to anybody.
Yeah. Anybody. Straight up.
Okay, and that's the only definition that we're going by?
Real.
I'm gonna say that, and I said that a strong man protects the people he loves, or anything he loves, or anyone he loves. He protects it.
Would it be fair to say? Okay, we leave it there. We'll leave it there. If we cross anything else, we'll go back and we'll redefine.
Yeah.
All right. So, strong man topic. Has anybody in your family, your girlfriend, your wife, your mom, yourself, do you define yourself as a strong man? Thomas, talking to you.
100%, baby, 100%. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. Nah,
Okay.
straight up though. Nah, 100%, 100%.
Okay. And why do you feel they define you as a strong man?
First, I am a man of my word. Even sometimes it's a you know sometimes it can be uh it can be it can be seen as not so good when you're honest.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah. Depending on how you say it, because you can always be honest in certain ways and everything. But I would definitely say that they know that I am a man of my word. I might not always make it on time to an event if I say I'm gonna be there, but I guarantee that I will make sure I get there though and get it done. You did what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotta do it.
Again, I will live and die for my family. I've been doing that since I was a kid to today. In many different examples, we won't go into it, but in many different examples, I will live and die for my family. Without any questions asked. I do have to ask questions now because I have a son, so I just can't just. You feel me?
Right.
I just, I just,
Cause
I
you
just
go
can't
out
just.
there and die.
Yeah, I just can't just throw
Right.
everything in like what y'all thought. You did what I'm saying, but so with those two things that we talked about, I definitely would say, and beyond that as well, other things that would showcase that I'm a strong man. But with those two examples, I would definitely say, yeah, I'm a strong man.
Okay. I feel that 100%.
What about you, Toní The
Right.
Tantrum?
Like I said earlier, when I said who I was, like being a warrior and being a survivor, is, that's my angle. You know what I mean? It's like, being a man is about dealing with the curves. I mean, still being 10 toes down, still being solid. I mean, not letting it change you, not letting it break you. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
So, leave it like that, short and sweet.
Straight up.
Okay.
Straight up.
And
I believe that's a good one to add too. A strong
what's
man
up?
doesn't allow the environment and the world to change
That's a
him,
fact.
to change his soul, to change his heart, or to change his thought for the worse.
Direction. You're not changing my direction.
Indeed. Indeed.
Fact.
Straight up.
Okay.
What about you, Toní? Talk to us.
I look like a strong man.
I do 300
Nah.
push-ups. I do 600 sit-ups.
One of the hardest things.
1,000 squats.
One thing that's hard about being a strong man is just dealing with all these bitch ass niggas, man. Real talk. I know I'm supposed to keep it in a little PG-13, but
This is guys in conversation. We ain't gotta worry about none of that. But we do have to be conscious of the audience that we are speaking
Right.
to.
You gotta be
It looks like
talk.
yeah. Talk to us.
young man, I got to keep that in mind as I'm expressing myself. But it's just like exactly what I just stated. Like seeing how things are going on in the world. And like not being masculine is like the thing right now. I don't want to. Not being masculine is a thing right now. Like still deciding to be who you are, and what you were brought to be here for, and the understanding of who you are. No matter what's going on around you, like I said, it's just like it's like staying solid. You know what I'm saying? Almost like keeping your word to yourself.
Straight up.
Almost
Definitely.
keep abiding by your morals. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you brought up, obviously.
So that kind of pushed me into this next question, and I don't want to go around your question.
Hold on. Did you even say why you was a
I did
strong
not.
man? Boy, trying to
I am a strong
talk
man,
to us.
man. Look at me. Everybody knows I'm strong.
I did 300 sit-ups, 600 squats.
Right. 800 push-ups. Stood on my head, spent around 20 times.
He did all of it.
No, I feel like being strong. Like I said, I don't do push-ups. I told you this before. I don't work out for my body. I work out for my mind. And because I work out for my mind and the body, the workout, the the way that affects the body is just a plus, you know. I'm a very strong man. I'm so strong that most women be like, "Yo, he got it himself. He probably like he's too strong for me," type shit, you know. But
Straight up.
um, I'm a very strong man, and I feel like you need to be a strong man. I feel like there are a lack of strong men in this world, and you know, we are we all weren't strong men, you know, at all points of our life. You know, we all had to come up, and
Yes,
you know,
sir.
during that come up, during experience in life and what's out there, you know, you eventually become strong, or you will eventually, you know, if you get good,
Stronger.
you become strong, right? And I feel like that's very important because as a man and having a son, I feel like you don't want your son to experience some of the things that you had to experience growing up.
Shit, none of this shit.
And no, and in order for
Single
them
parent
to
in general.
have that, in order for that to be a possibility, you have to be strong. You know, you have to teach them how to be strong. If you have a kid and you're not strong, you're making a weak kid, and that's not what the world needs. And that kind of takes me into the next question here is, do y'all believe the world needs strong men?
Straight up.
Just a very simple, straight up, yeah.
Of course,
So
we need strong men.
so I was told before that strong men is what's this term that's going around now? 800 kind of alluded
What's the
to it.
name? You
Toxic
talking about toxic masculinity?
masculinity. So
That's
I was
that
told that
that's a term that was created in the prison system. That shit, and they're only using it mainstream because they don't have the knowledge that shit was used for people that was in prison who are in cages and shit. It's completely made up. It's bullshit.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing. But I heard a Tone, I call him 800, y'all, but
Yeah,
I heard
y'all don't know
Tone
that inside.
say something about masculinity. And what was it that you said?
You know, what I was saying was like, I was just saying like pretty much they just like trying to demasculate like everyone. Like they don't want anyone to kind of stand on what they believe in or stand up for what's right, so to say. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like everybody that's like who's like strong about what they stand on, they always castrated. It's happened plenty of times, so not looking
Shit
like
that's
strong men is
always
the end
strong
right
on
now.
what they stand on.
Say that again? You break it up.
You said everybody that's always strong on what they stand on gets castrated.
Yeah.
You believe that, Thomas?
I believe that there is an attack on masculinity. Um, Depending on, you know, no, I would definitely say yeah. If I would yeah. If you are a man, you know, that stands on his principles, you know, your own beliefs, you know, there could possibly be an attack on what you believe in your masculinity, you know, from those who think less of, you know,
But
of
the
men.
term castrated means
Yeah, I mean, they, you know, in this day and age, it's, you know, trying to cancel someone, you know, or you know,
castrated though. You're still a strong man. You know, even if you get canceled, that's just on the media.
yeah, but you know, nowadays, you know, the overall idea is, you know, you're who you are is who you're representing, you know, through this social media. So a lot of people believe that, you know, who they're putting out, that's them. You know, a lot of people believe that if they get canceled in real life. A lot of people believe that. A lot of people will shut down. A lot of people will, you know, will off themselves, do a lot of stuff because they mentally believe that the person that they put out there, that character, if that character gets canceled, you know, it's over for them. So in a way, yeah, I do believe what he's saying is you know, true in some cases for sure.
In some cases. Some
Yeah,
cases.
I mean, in cases like this,
Being canceled is like
because
getting money taken from you and shit like that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, or
yeah,
taking away just,
and then in cases like
life.
us,
Like,
we're guys in conversation, and we'll always reiterate this to the people. Our conversations, hopefully it does, scratch some heads for people, enlighten some people, allow you to see, gods in a new form that you haven't, that you're not used to, allow you to see good in gods who are able to share their opinion and and not be apologetical, yeah, about sharing. Now we could be people that be like, oh, we can't say that. We were just joking with Tone, about be conscious of the people. Yeah, we have to be conscious, but at the same time, we're going to speak, our truth, and we're
With
going to
love.
be us. Yes, because we are with love, but we're not worried about someone taking our words, twisting them up, misinterpreting them, running off with a quick clip of what we say, and trying to cancel us. You can't cancel gods. You can't cancel us. You feel me? So
Because you didn't create us.
exactly. So in some cases, like our cases, it doesn't have any, it doesn't hold any weight. You feel me? But in some cases, there are some people that, you'll watch the podcast, you'll watch the entertainment. They tread lightly.
I know.
They tread lightly. They like,
Let me tiptoe.
you ask them a question about what we talking about. They be like, well, LeBron is shooting good today. What do you think? they'll divert to
It's
something
like
else.
Christian churches and LG. I don't know all the alphabet letters, but yeah. It's like Christian churches and that there. Yeah, tread lightly.
Yeah. On any topic that seems controversial, so I definitely believe, like I said, there's always a duality with anything in life, but in this case, I believe, we're carefree. But yeah, there is attack on masculinity for sure.
Okay. I mean, I definitely know there's an attack on masculinity. Do men just continue to be masculine though, or do they? Because what it's looking like to me is that the world is becoming unmasculine or more feminine, should I say? Should the world should because there's an attack on masculinity and people are saying, hey, you can't do this, it's toxic masculinity. Should you not be masculine, or should you stand on what you stand on?
I mean, first of all, you should always be yourself. I mean, it doesn't matter what the world says you should be. My thing is like everyone's acting like girls now. We're in the Me Too world. Everyone is in their emotions, they in their bag, they acting girly, and they're making that the norm. I mean, like instead of like doing man shit, real shit, the right shit, discipline shit. Like they're making weird things the norm now. I mean, so we're in a state of like emergency because we need more men, more masculine men to stand up to kind of stop this girl shit that's going on. Like literally, there's people trying to promote. I'm about to say pedophilia. I'm tired, but pedophilia. Like they trying to make it seem like, oh, it's a sexual preference. That's that girl Me Too shit. It ain't no way, in any way, shape, or form, centuries before or now, where you doing that to little kids and molesting them and all that is okay. Never. So like they're trying to make everything like all that girl weird shit. Instead of you standing on what's right, they're trying to make shit like that normal. So like I be paying attention. I mean, I be stuck in my own bubble, but I be paying attention, man. They trying to make that girl shit okay. Okay. And that's what I started realizing. I'm hating more humans nowadays. I just rather stay to myself. There's just too much fuck shit going on.
So how do you feel about that though?
That's how I feel about it. Like, I pretty much already said what I feel about it. Like, it's just mad girl shit being co-signed.
Let me ask a better question. Better question is, what would you do to counter what's going on right now? Because clearly it's being pushed by a lot of people, and the only way to counter it is to counter it. So what would you do to counter it?
be honest, I would just like acknowledge the weird shit. Like, we gotta talk about this. I mean, like what I just spoke about pedophilia. Like, if I was on a pedophile, if I was like, and I was able to like be calm about that, because I don't even think I could be calm around a pedophile. But I was able to be like calm and like have a conversation. Like, first I was trying to understand where this sickness is coming from. Give him a chance to like make me understand. I don't know. Maybe something happened to him that I don't understand. I don't know. But like, at the end of the day, the shit that you doing is weird. That shit don't make no sense. That shit is no good. I understand this happened to you, but that don't mean that you do this because it happened to you. Or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. So no conversation with a motherfucker like that is going to even make sense, because there is no sense
all
in
the
it.
weird shit, bro. All that shit that's weird, I'm pulling all that shit up. They're gonna get very uncomfortable around me. I'm gonna be one of those people that are just like all quiet about it. I mean, I'll even acknowledge on how I should approach the situation. I'll take that into deep consideration, but I'm not keeping my mouth shut at all. I mean, it's about standing up for what's right, and it's just like, stop trying to make weird shit okay. That shit is weird, bro.
When do you think it's okay to say something? Because I don't feel like, you say it's a sickness, right? Say pedophilia is a sickness, right?
It's been acknowledged
One more time.
It's been acknowledged as a sickness.
Okay. So, do you say something because you have a pedophile around you? Do you say something when he's looking at kids? Like, when do you say something?
You're saying it now.
But what? Now, at some point, if you say it now, what if he's not thinking of? What if his mind is? What if he was a registered pedophile and never had any pedophilia tendencies, or never really did anything pedophile-ish? He just got registered as a pedophile. And now, what if you're approaching this person, and this person is not even worried about, children? This is just the situation that he landed in. What if you approach this person for you get what I'm saying? It happens.
Hell no. How do you land
indecent exposure could get you pedophilia?
How do you end up a registered pedophile,
that's
bro?
true. That's true.
Indecent exposure will get you there. If you get out the car to piss on a tree and a kid is there and somebody calls the police or a cop notices, that could get you there really quick.
Well, that changes it. Now, if a kid is around, nigga, and you pissing out on a random ass tree, you're sick. You take your ass deep in the woods, nigga. Then you piss.
A little girl. It could be a little girl. Mama. I understand you gotta pee and shit. You whoop your dick out. You just traumatized this little girl, man. Like, come on, bro.
But come on. What I'm saying is the intention. Let's get back to the intention. Like a pedophile's intention is to be a pedophile. Like a real pedophile, his intention is to fuck with little boys or little girls. But if this person's intention was never to, do anything to
but
children.
as a man, or if it's a woman, you have to be conscious of your
decisions.
If you didn't
know there was children around?
You have to be conscious of your decisions. There's no
window in one house and you jump out the house and jump out the car and pee because you gotta piss.
You said in the neighborhood?
Like, what if? Okay, we're not getting nowhere with this.
No. Even if it is in the neighborhood, so I'll give you an example. I work for Amazon. I piss inside the truck. You can't see me inside the truck. I'm not getting outside of my car in any residential area to piss. I'm not just doing. You have to be conscious. There's no
two different people, man. I be driving I be door knocking. I'll be door knocking. If I gotta pee, I'm getting out the car and I'm going to pee. But I will find an area where it looks like it's, in the tub.
Because you're being a real man, you're being conscious of your decisions. There's no, you can't have, you feel me? You can't, what's the word?
But
you can't be, ignorance cannot be an excuse. You as a real man and a real woman, you have to be conscious of your decisions,
So
especially when it comes to some shit like this.
my point was, when is it? When are you going to say something to a pedophile just because he's in your area,
Well,
or when you
you don't
notice?
say nothing to them. We're
But
not
that's what he
speaking.
said, that he was going to say something. I'm like, well, when do you say something?
Yeah, I know.
When you see the weird
When you see the weird
shit
shit.
happen.
Okay, got you,
Yeah,
got you.
I mean,
When the
if you
weird shit
see it in
happen.
person,
Yeah.
then you feel me. You correct it. But as far as a conversation with anybody like that, it's not a conversation to be had. You can't have a conversation with those people. The best we can do is have a conversation for other young men that's out there. To give them advice on on how to go about having a conversation with other people to build up the
Make them
character of
alert.
more strong men. That way, shit like this doesn't slide where they are allowing this weird shit to be depicted as as something normal in society. So but yeah, there's definitely no conversation to be had with anyone that's sick.
So, Thomas, what would you do to counteract what's going on as far as the attack on masculinity?
uh first what we have to do is we first have to do what we have to have conversations about it, and then we also have to have a little bit of education in it if we can, for everyone that's in the conversation right now and those who are watching. So as far as being a real man, like we spoke on, uh you know we have to let young men know that you do have a responsibility of upholding your word to the people you love and to anyone else in this world. And I'm not saying you have to be loyal to some damn stranger. You don't got to be none of that. But you do have to keep your word as a man, and you also have to protect the people that you love. And that's it. And that's those are defaults. So with that being said, is you don't go around scheming and scamming, just to get by and hurting your community in the long run. You don't also allow the women in your life to get beaten, to get mistreated. You don't allow them to get trafficked. You don't allow certain people, you don't allow pedophiles to come around. If you see somebody in the school or around the school area, you say something. You don't allow, oh, that's just a weirdo, and you keep walking.
So,
You
question now. I got a big question now.
give
Now,
it.
you said you don't allow that around your children. Um, but with the way the world is right now,
I don't allow
you got
that around no
transgender
children.
women and you got
No children.
transgender men. I, should we allow those around our children?
Education. Some things will will happen in this world and continue to happen that you cannot control outside of your house. But the one thing you can do is you can educate everyone that's in your house and the ones that you love. So education is key, and that comes with what it is to be a strong man and your responsibility to uphold that in all cases, no matter what. So I think the main thing is educating, especially when it comes when it tries to hit home and you have no control of it outside of it.
Um, I feel like we be being safe.
Nah,
All
what was
right, let
being
me ask
safe
you a
about?
question.
Safe. I ain't being safe,
You
man.
if you took your
Take your safety off, boy. What you talking?
all right, you got a son, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you allow your son to go to sit in a room? Let's not use your son. Let's increase his age a little bit. Let's say he's 7 years old now. Would you allow your 7-year-old son to go sit in a room full of transgender men or women, whichever one where they're supposed to look like women, but they're obviously men with penises? Would you allow your son to go sit in a room
Excuse
full
me.
of 8 transgender people while at the age of 7?
Well, what is what's the setting?
What's the reason why?
Yeah,
Um,
no, not the reason why.
Maybe
What's
it's just a library or some shit like that. Like I don't have a reason why, but
yeah? No,
would you want your child to be in the same room as 7 transgender women?
I mean, depending on the setting, I'm not asking you to say, a reason why. I'm just asking for, the setting. If it's school, things like that, it wouldn't matter, of course, because he's there. He has the knowledge from home. My son is not ever going to go out into the world looking for 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 reassurance, for looking for acceptance, looking for anything to change his mentality on his, like we said, on his direction in life. He's going to get that at
Strong man, be a
home.
strong man.
Yeah, he's going to get that at
Hmm.
home as he does all the way until I leave. And then even after that, because you guys don't know, I make songs and everything else, but he's going to be having a hologram of me just going to continue to talk to him. And so with that being said, it depends on the setting, but with that being said, I would trust my son to continue to uphold his morals. But if you
Not
give me
trust
a
your
set,
son because anybody should trust their son, especially if you raise them.
hmm
But would you trust a group of people that are already mentally confused already around your kid?
like I said, it depends on the setting. If it's school or something like that, now if it's something like mm,
They be trying to
a,
pass
a
that weird
club,
shit off in schools
a,
too
a
now.
club or something, I don't know what the setting
Yeah,
would
that's
be.
what I'm
But
saying.
let's no, my son would know he wouldn't go to a place where it's
You said without allowed.
it's not his community. You feel me? It's not where it's not.
That's
He's
fair.
not a part
That's
of
fair.
that.
It's
You
not
feel
worth.
me? Yeah,
Right.
he's not a
Right.
part of it. And with that being said, if for some reason he decided to do something outside of what I teach him, I'm still going to love him. Uh, but but
Of course.
I know my son would make the right decision to continue in the direction, the base direction that I gave him, and then he add on to that and then make his own decisions. But I do believe he would make them in the best,
So I
best
use
way.
that age for a reason. Is because kids are that's when they're most
Vulnerable to influences. Yeah.
right. And when you got grown people of a certain age, especially uh I don't want to go into the LG yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
especially most of their attitudes or how they present themselves.
Mannerisms. Yeah.
Uh, so like I don't know if I would allow my son to sit in a room full of uh you know because I feel like it's the same thing as Tone was saying. What's the word, Tone?
Attacking
Um,
masculinity.
Not
the,
necessarily. No. He was pedophilia.
Uh,
I feel like they're pretty much the same.
yeah,
They're really
because
close.
the LGD whatever is co-signing that now y'all niggas
It,
getting weird. Like I get it.
right.
Like
They're really close. They're
there
really
was straight people and gay people when we was growing up. You know what I mean? And I was just like, word, like girls and guys like guys. Like, all right, whatever. That's what y'all like. But now that y'all trying to do like shit like 50-year-olds is okay for a 50-year-old to have her 11-year-old. Now y'all niggas is fucking weird.
it gets me where they
Fucking weird.
say that kids have the choice to change their gender, and kids don't, or kids can be gay. Like kids don't have a sexual preference. You don't think of sex or anything
Strips
at
the
the
power
age of
away from the
5,
parents.
4, 6. You said what?
Taking power away from the parents. Like you're giving the kid
Hmm.
making it legal for a minor to make a decision before they're an adult. You're trying to strip the parents of their power. So when there's strong men like us raising our kid, they're trying to take that ability away from us still legally. type shit. It's too much weird shit going on. They're allowing the other weird shit to legally happen. Whoever passed that law is weird as fuck.
Yeah, and that's the plan, to make it where it seems like, the children of the corn have all, they have this brain where they can think for themselves. They're adults. They're adults now. So what we do to them kids, they're little adults. It's okay. They know what they want. They know what they're, So that's definitely what they're trying to do as far as that. I read that a long time ago when they were trying to, the sex offenders were trying to get, they were trying to become a group, and still probably are trying to become a group like the LGBT, community. So
they got power, boy. They got power in this world.
I mean, in their own worlds for sure. But if you acknowledge it, you acknowledge it. It's like, I know we have to live in the world where it exists.
I acknowledge the fact that they make a lot of the world stop, if that makes sense. Acknowledge them, if that makes sense. They're a small group, but they're making people go by pronouns. You get what I'm saying? And this wasn't a thing before. So what I'm saying is that they have some power.
Yeah, I would say, like, they have power within the people that they, that believe that they have power, and whatever that in case is, whether it's good or bad, if you like how we always say, we're guys, and if you believe that, then it's definitely true for you. You feel me? But if you don't, and it's not something you're getting down with, then it is what it is. It's something that's just happening in the world. Fades do come and go, things change, and it is what it is. But I don't recognize their power as anything like that's overpowering against anything that's good. I don't feel like I have too much faith.
Are you calling it bad?
No, I'm saying I just have too much. I have too much.
That's
too
kind of
much
like me
embedded
and
in.
race.
I have too much embedded in goodness, and too focused on things that we're focused on. That I acknowledge things are going on,
Right.
but again, I can only control what's happening in this house. So as far as the topic of strong men, it is our right to stand up and not just stand up, but to speak on topics like this, no matter what community it is. If it is attack on masculinity, it's still an attack on masculinity, no matter if it's
What we need to do is, I didn't really speak on as far as what I think needs to happen, but what I think needs to happen is every man should find somebody that's strong, and they should look at that person as a role model, because these days we don't have black men in the households anymore, and that's partly due to the government, but we don't have strong men in the households anymore. And with the strong man taken out of the household, with the man growing up, there's no man for this kid to look up to, So we kind of look up to the streets, or we kind of look up to, like Tone said, hip hop or sports, just the people in those areas. I believe that we need some people to look up to as strong men. I believe strong men build strong men. So with that said, I believe that every strong man that is out there must, first of all, if you're a strong man, you have a connection with your son. I don't believe that you can be a strong man and you don't have, you're not there with your son. You cannot be. That's impossible. But we need men to raise men. We need men to raise men, and not the feminine way. We don't need women to raise men. We need men to raise men.
Indeed.
And once we get back the family aspect of, You get what I'm saying? Once we get back to the family part of it, men in the household, men being where they should be, the head of the household, men being the protectors of their household, the protectors of, their families. Once we get back to that point, and then I believe that's when we get back to, that's how we counter, this toxic masculinity.
Indeed.
Because it's not toxic. It's really not toxic. What's toxic about masculinity?
Nothing at all.
Being a man is being a man,
Indeed.
But so I believe that once we get back to that point there, and then that's how we counter it. And
Indeed.
And the messed up part is it kind of the government kind of pushes, they force the men out of the household, and they kind of give an incentive for men to be out of the household.
Because that's in power. A lot of these motherfuckers that's in power is weird. That's the issue right there.
We know that. We know that, but I don't think necessarily they're weird. I think they just have more so agendas. They want to be in control. So what they do is, like we just said, demasculating men. Well, if we demasculate all the men, then who the fuck gonna stand up to me? You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be the person in power. I'm gonna always be the person in power. I feel like it's always just agenda. I don't think they weird. I feel like they just push weird agendas to make.
Nah, they weird though.
They might be weird, but they definitely push those agendas.
Motherfuckers is weird.
It's weird to sit and come up with to just sit
Exactly.
and think about
You gotta
these
be a
things.
weird motherfucker
Right.
to think some weird ass shit.
They're trying to make weird shit the norm, so they got alibis, bro.
That's a fact. That is a fact. They try to make it the norm.
Nah, straight up.
And with it being the norm, you normally seeing feminized men. You think it's okay to just be a feminized man, and it just keeps going.
Yeah, and you get desensitized to it more and more, and then shit. Yeah, you get to where we at, and even worse if it continues. So, and in some aspects, but yeah, it's definitely getting crazy out there.
So we all in agreement that toxic masculinity is not a thing.
It's not real. Like I said, it was created in the prison system with people who are fighting for their lives. People are that caged in, treated like animals. It was a psychologist who created the term, like I said, and it's just fake. They took it out of that, and mainstream caught onto it, and then they've been pushing this fake ass agenda, and it's not real. It's not. There's no validity to it. It's completely false. So yes, it's fake. But people don't know that, and they're running with it just to have a conversation about, their own flaws as far as choosing a man. And that's the thing too.
I got to jump in here. I'd rather toxic masculinity than demasculinity. Why did you?
Well, as a man, yeah, you should. As a man, you should. Yeah. But
it's a lot more that comes with demasculinity.
Yeah, that's true.
Is wrong.
That's true.
It's wrong.
That's true. It's a lot more that comes with that.
A lot more that comes with that in the long run.
Diddy.
Diddy, right? No Diddy.
I'm just playing. I ain't shitting on nobody, especially from our community. I ain't jumping on that bandwagon, but it was a joke.
Some weird shit. That man doing some weird shit. He weird too. Don't give a fuck about none of the hits he made 2 decades ago. None of that. You weird. You always been weird. I don't know what's
you don't know what's factual. Right.
But if he is doing some weird shit, he weird, bro. That's it.
Nah, straight up.
But yeah, but that's the definition of doing. If you're doing weird shit, you gotta be weird. Only weird people do weird shit, So it's kind of in the definition. but I mean, it's no until anything is thrown out there. It's kind of like I don't care what people think about my opinion on this, but free R. Kelly. That nigga is the GOAT. Free R. Kelly. I don't believe none of it, and I refuse to look into it. I refuse to look into it to believe it, because I like to keep we don't have too many greats, and all our greats are going down right now. We don't have too many greats. R. Kelly was one of the great. Michael Jackson was one of the great, and I don't care. I don't even look into Michael Jackson's allegations and shit like that. Like, I refuse to, because these people they they made music for us, you know, and they made, oh my God, I can't even explain it. Like,
yeah, nah, but there's and you'll if you pay attention to what they do, their tactics, it's always the same. They'll
it's always the same,
slander
exactly.
your name. If that doesn't stick, you're about your reputation, then they'll try to go for your money, and then if not that, then they'll kill you.
Right.
So I mean, it's the same 3 steps they always do. With it
I
being
refuse to believe
entertainment,
any
it
of
is
that.
hard to understand, what is real, what is not. But then again, like same thing, we can't control everything in this world. But it's definitely, you're definitely doing your community, a disservice if you immediately, count a brother out just because you hear some story. Especially from people that have the same agenda, who've been showing you the same thing, the same tactics, and like I said, I'm not defending nobody. I don't know them.
Really don't know them, right.
Yeah, so you can't defend somebody who you don't know, but I definitely would never jump on the bandwagon to destroy anybody in our community without there being true facts to the situation.
You can't say this shit ain't funny though.
Oh
You
yeah,
can't say it ain't
it's
funny.
entertainment. It's entertainment. It's supposed to
They
be.
calling him the diddler.
Nah.
He
It's
said
not
what?
entertainment. It's not entertainment.
Yes,
They
it
call
is.
him the diddler.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, but it's entertainment.
No,
if it's on
definitely
TV,
entertainment, yeah.
if it's on anything, he's part of
That's what they want it to be.
entertainment.
That's what they want it to be.
Exactly. This for all we know, this could be the soap ops. We see this play out in movies. Why isn't this a movie? You feel me? Shit. Yeah, but for them people who sign up for that, why couldn't this be part of it?
That's right. Part of
You feel me?
Part of the
Yeah.
agenda.
Yeah. You could pay the police to make up some shit. You could this could all be fake. This could all be a movie. You feel me? Just to show him at his downfall, because we all like to root for a motherfucker when they going down, and then wait for him to come up, and then be like, I beat the case. And he comes out with an album, goes on tour, and it's so many different things. But yeah, definitely never jump on the bandwagon to destroy anybody in your community off rip. That's just some sucker ass shit. But we can always make fun of it though. You got to get some entertainment out of it.
So where we going with this, y'all?
Oh, you said they called him what?
The diddler.
Yeah, nah.
The diddler.
Yeah, nah, that's funny. I want to elaborate. Did we finish up everything as far as a strong man? If there's a young man out there listening right now, and he doesn't have that father in the household, before we wrap it up, let's all give that young man, some advice on how to traverse through this world without that manly figure.
Follow your soul, man. Follow your heart. Your heart will tell you what's right, what's wrong. You can't really control necessarily what's going on in life, but you can control your life. And because you can't control your life, what you want in life, if you're looking to build something, if you want to build something, if you want more out in life, and then focus on that. Don't get distracted by the world, because the world will distract you with any and everything. Stay focused on your goal.
Nah, straight up. Go ahead, Tom.
If it don't feel right within, if it's weird, it ain't for you, bro. Don't even go that way.
Straight
your
up.
cheek neither. Don't turn your cheek neither. Acknowledge that shit. Because they need more real rights out here. You know what I'm saying? No one's willing to stand up at a random moment, and we need people like that.
Nah, straight up. I'll piggyback off of both of you guys. Definitely stand up for what you believe in. But young man, don't trick yourself out of your life, man. Live long. Give yourself the opportunity to see a different way of life. There's so many different experiences that you can have throughout this life. So live it long. Don't get tricked out of your life, man. Don't get tricked out of your time, your freedom. and continue to learn, and more than anything, love more than you hate, love more than you feel anger, love more than you feel disdain for another man or a woman. Love more, but more importantly, love yourself, man, so that none of this happens and you can live that long life, so you can find the right woman that's for you, so you can build that empire that you don't even fathom in your head right now. Love your family, man. You don't get them forever, so love, learn, and live long, young God.
Yes. Don't do nothing stupid out here. Don't listen to me and just go crazy. A wise man once told me is, don't react. Real men respond. I mean, there's always a way to respond. You don't have to just be like off impulse. You can sit back, put thoughts, and think of the next best move.
Indeed.
And that's your real get back. You know what I mean? Not just doing something sporadically and then you don't understand what it comes with later.
Yes, sir.
Be a man and stand on your decision. Whatever you decide to do, you'll have to stand on it. Whether you will decide to act like a child about it or as a grown man, stand on it.
And do 30 push-ups every day, 600 burpees,
800 squats, 1,000 handstands, 6,000 rotations on your head. Stay active, man. Stay active in your life. Stay active. Yes, sir. Well, look, man. It's been a great episode for myself. Then we'll go around. But it's been a great episode. Man, I love my guys in this conversation, man. I appreciate Toní The Tantrum for being here once again. You come again, you're gonna be a regular person. We're gonna hold you to it.
That's
so you're gonna have to show up every time. You know what I'm saying?
We getting lucky right now, man. It's gonna get harder later, man.
You said getting lucky, man. We catch you while you riding a truck.
You did. I ain't playing. It ain't no luck to it. Ain't no luck to it. We got all the responsibilities.
I'm gonna be the god of anger if we doing it right there.
Hey, we gonna keep it focused, and we definitely gonna keep you locked in. But we definitely want to see more of you, and definitely make you not just a reoccurring guest, but a host with us, because your insight is definitely needed. The conversation, like I said, has been great, you guys. I'm not going to talk for too long. I love to talk. I can keep on talking and keep on talking. But it's been amazing, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
It had to come to an end, but it's time to come to an end. With that said, this has been Guys in Conversation.
Guys in Conversation, you dig?
Episode number 2. Yes, sir.
Episode 2.
Where we at now? I know we on YouTube. Where we at now? Where they watch us?
You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Microsoft Teams. You can find
TikTok.
You can TikTok.
We everywhere.
We're gonna put it on Facebook. We about to put it on DVDs.
Right, VHS.
Bringing VHS back. You got iPod minis. We're going to put on iPod minis and sell those. But you can find us everywhere, Guys in Conversation. Yes, sir. Floppy disk, everything. USB drives. We not playing. You can find us everywhere. It's Guys in Conversation. I am Thomas.
I'm Toní.
Toní The Tantrum. Yes, sir. Toní.
We are Guys in Conversation.
Yes, sir. And we out.